Hey guys, another video for the day. Today's topic, what is it about EVs and this car in particular that people have a hard time understanding, and why is it that they only view this type of vehicle from the standpoint of negativity? And what I mean by that is every other car that I've purchased, people will make positive comments about it for the most part, even if it doesn't suit them. They may say something like, I'm more of an SUV person, but man, for a car, that's a great car. Or, may not be my first choice. I don't like Ford products, or I don't like, whatever, Toyota products, but I like that car. That's pretty good. So even if they disagreed with the purchase, they could find something positive about it. With this car, what I hear people say is they make a negative statement, not so much about the car, but about their own decisions. And what I mean by that is they'd say something along the lines of, well, I could never do that. I heard that statement, I can't tell you how many times. So they say, that car's all electric, huh? I say, yeah. And the very next words out of many people's mouths are, well, I could never do that. Okay, what does that mean? Well, I could never go to an electric car. I couldn't do it. And I thought it was about range anxiety or even the cost or whatever. And there is a component that's there to that, but there's more to it than that. And I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I got it a little bit with my hybrid. A few people had said, oh, hybrids, I don't know if I could live with a hybrid, but it was a little bit different. With this car, it's, oh, I could never do that. And my daughter's starting to get some of those comments, I believe, with her little smart electric car. Well, I could never do that. And I thought about it and thought about it, and I thought, when was the last time in my life I heard people make these statements to me? Several years back, about 5 years ago, I lost 45 pounds. And it wasn't, it's not earth-shattering, but it did change my life a bit. That's a whole other story as to how and why that occurred. But when I lost weight, people were thrilled for me. But the people I knew that needed to lose weight usually would make the statement, well, I could never do that. And it goes back to, there's a lot of similarities to the purchase of this car. And I remember the conversations I had. People would say, well, I can't change my eating habits that easily, and you have to start exercising. I just can't do it. And I finally came to the realization that it is a paradigm shift. It's a mindset change that has to start. It's a foundational change within a person's psyche and the way they view the world as a whole that is at the root of this. And so it's not, well, once we lower the price of EVs, everyone will buy them. That will spur on a change quite a bit. But we have to change a person's axiom, their worldview, their habits. Human beings are creatures of habit, and I'll admit I'm one of them. So please don't think that I'm pointing the finger and saying that other people have this problem and I don't. I am a creature of habit as well. Everybody is. And people want to do things the way they've always done them. And so with a gasoline vehicle, it's understood. Even though they're less reliable as a whole, and you need oil changes and you need to pay for gas and all of the negatives that we in the EV community understand with gas vehicles, even though those are present, it's familiar. And there's a familiarity with those negative traits that people are at least comfortable with it because it's what they know. And so they would have to make a paradigm shift in their mind in order to adopt EVs in the same way that somebody that might need to lose some weight or have other health issues that are lifestyle related may not choose to make those decisions, to make those changes in their life, because it's not just, well, changing the way you eat or changing how you exercise or whatever the changes are that they need to make to correct their health issues. It's more hey, I've lived like this for so many decades, and I don't want to go through the effort it's going to take to change my habits and to change my view of things. So again, just something that came to mind, and I thought I wanted to share it this morning, because the people that, even the people I know of that say they love this car, that people that say Teslas are awesome and it's my dream car or whatever, I say, well, you know, what's your income? Maybe you could afford to get a more base model of the Model 3. And I found that people that I know, even people that could afford this car and afford it even now with the current, you know, higher priced options that you need to buy, many of them won't make the change because it's just too big a shift. They are in their habit, in their routine, and they don't want to change from it. And again, please don't think that I'm pointing fingers and passing judgment. I probably am to a degree because, you know, there's it does irritate me, but understand though that I recognize what that's like, because in other areas of my life I'm resistant to change, and so I do see it in my own thinking as well. But what do you guys think about that? What are some of your experiences, those of you that own EVs, and have you run into this, well, I can't change that about my life, or I can't adopt that into my life because of this or that? Have you run into that as well? Because I think that it's not just the vehicles, it's changing people's view. Today, vehicles are such an integral part of who we are as human beings, and as Americans especially, that trying to get somebody to change the way they look at such a deep-seated part of their life, which is transportation. Vehicles are an extension of our personality. They are part of our individuality and our freedom and everything else. All those things are represented in the car that we drive, the car that we choose to buy. And all of that mindset needs to change. So what do you guys think? Be sure to give me your comments in the comment section below. Give me a thumbs up, a like, you know, subscribe, do what you got to do. And I'm going to try and get you guys some more content. You'll notice there was no introduction today. We are in the final stages of editing a new intro. My original intro was a little too edgy. That was meant mainly for the videos that I have on the electric bikes that I build, but wasn't really as fitting for the demographic that watches the car videos. So we've made a new intro, and you'll see that within the next couple videos that I upload. Anyway, thanks guys. Have yourselves a great day.